Yeah! Here we go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
It is Commissioner Cooper.
Greatest time of the year, and if you are praising fantasy Jesus, you are doing good stuff.
Happy Sunday, happy early morning trash football game.
That's why
We're back, baby! Let's go!
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Aaron Rodgers, I almost got banned off TikTok for the thing that's
That's why I'm easy.
He has had some nagging hamstring issues
I'm
over
easy
the
like
years.
Sunday morning.
My beloved Jets are trash.
That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and you're waking up with TSS Fantasy.
Yeah, Super Bowl edition. Let's go, fellas. All right, Patriots lose today. Get them the hell out of here, and that's it. Call it a wrap.
Indeed. Let's hope so.
I
All
can't-
right, it is
I
Super
can't
Bowl
get a bet.
Sunday.
Nobody.
Cause they scared, Freddie.
You can't what? I'm sorry?
I can't get a bet out of nobody, man. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be lots of people that come on today to throw on some bets for you, I'm sure. It is Super Bowl Sunday. We got a few things to cover this morning, so we're excited that we finally have made it to the end of the NFL season. And what a fun Super Bowl we're about to have. Let's get the introduction started. Welcome into the studio, Ballers. Meg, welcome in.
Hey, I'm so excited. Literally so excited. Even if it means 5 a.m., I'm going to bed tonight. 7 a.m., I'm starting work tomorrow. Super Bowl, baby.
Let's go. Yeah, it should be a instead of a national holiday the day after, it should just be a worldwide holiday the day
Yep.
after.
Yeah.
Let's also welcome to the studio Fred the Jester Reyes. Welcome into the studio.
Oh, man. I can't. Finally, the Super Bowl's here. The season's over with. I couldn't wait. I've been waiting for this day since week 3. So, yeah, I just can't wait for my annual off season. Let's go free agency and draft.
Luckily, as the Jets fan, the offseason begins mighty early for you. And let's also
Every
welcome
year.
in Carl from the Patriots Touchback Podcast. Welcome in.
Warriors, come out and play! Let's fucking go!
How can you take one of my favorite movies and make
Me
it?
too, man. I was
Right.
wrong to that movie. I love that movie.
Just ruined it.
How did Boston people even use that New York movie, man?
Yeah.
Tighten up. Let's also welcome in OJ, the Juice is Loose Mayor. Greg, welcome in, my friend.
Man, I had to dust off my Ricky Waters Seahawks jersey.
Dang!
Baby.
I was trying to figure out who that was.
Sam Darnold is going to be the Ghostbuster today. Let's go, baby. It's Super Bowl. And yes, Freddie, I'm with you, baby. The Jets Super Bowl is the draft and free agency. Let's see how we screw it up.
What's up, Angelina? Thanks for joining us this morning. Let's go. Let's also welcome in Justin Jesus Herrera. Welcome in, my friend.
What a fucking spit in the face. You got a Ricky Waters Seattle jersey?
That's
he was
right.
trash in Seattle. Let's get Ricky Waters San Francisco jersey. What a fucking spit in the face.
I do, and
Love
I want
it.
just for you and Carl, Justin. I know it's going to twist you up a little bit.
I hate this
Yeah,
fucking
you know
Super
what's
Bowl.
funny?
Let's get it over with. I'm going bowling.
Me
A
too.
little programming note to my co-host. It's funny because I had LeDuc do the LeDuc and Carl do the Patriots story, pre-tape story, and I asked Justin if he'd do the Seahawks one because he's NFC West, and of course at the last minute, Justin, of course, chipped a tooth or, his butt hurt or something, and all of a sudden he bails out. So then it's got me doing it. That's how much hate Justin has for these Seahawks. I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's pay these bills real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Give us a like. Throw a comment in. Subscribe to the channel. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do, so we always appreciate that. If you're looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am Belts. And if you're doing daily fantasy, especially for today, go to the Fast Draft app. Use the promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $50. All right, well, let's get things started this morning. We don't have a lot of injuries to cover, but you know what? It's Wake Up with TSS in our final one. We got to bring Brian from the Injury List podcast in to give us some injury news. So let's check it out.
It's time to get your latest NFL injury updates with Brian from the Injured List podcast. The doctor is in.
Good morning, Brian. How are you this morning, my friend?
I'm good. Good morning, everybody. Look at the group we got here today. This is great.
Super Bowl Sunday, and we're all dressed in our Sunday finest.
Now, I've been waiting since the preseason for this game because as a Giants fan, it's no better than the Jets right now. I am looking forward to next year.
Yeah, you're looking forward, though.
5 years.
You guys got talent and a coach.
Now we do. With a coach, finally, who can pull that talent out and actually use it to win some games, hopefully, next year. So, we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
what do we got today, Brian? Yes, what do we got today as far as
it's no surprise that the two teams we have battling out for the championship are the Seahawks and the Patriots. They are the first and third teams, respectively, least affected by injuries this year, as per Sports Info Solutions, which is the website I often refer to, who does a lot of statistical analysis about injuries and its impact on the game. So it's no surprise that these are the two teams battling out in the Super Bowl here. As we've proven years past, the teams that are least affected by the injuries tend to be the teams that go very far into the playoffs and eventually end up in the Super Bowl. Most of the injuries that we've been dealing with are kind of recent stuff. Nothing that's been lingering throughout the season, nothing that required any waiting to come off IR or anything like that. The Patriots had a couple of defensive position players who've been dealing with some injuries. Most notable was Robert Spillane, the linebacker, who tweaked an ankle and was limited in practice heading into the weekend here, and Harold Landry, who's been dealing with a knee issue. These guys were listed as questionable, as was defensive tackle Josh Farmer. Drake May was dealing with the shoulder issue. It sounded like that was really not an issue at all. He was released off the injured list and does not carry a designation heading into the big game today. So sounds like that was nothing really serious, and he's got a full bill of health. And then on this Seahawks side, the only issue, this crept up just a couple of days ago. During practice, safety Nick Emanwari tweaked his ankle. Again, sounded like it was nothing serious. He was able to walk off the field under his own power. Took it easy the rest of the week. Friday was kind of just a walkthrough, so they didn't really do much anyway. He was quoted as saying, though, that he did not feel like this injury is significant. He avoided a major injury. It sounds like it was just an aggravation of the ankle, nothing serious. And so he, although limited in practice, should be playing and should be a full go. Sam Darnold had popped up earlier in the week with some oblique issue. Again, he was removed from the injury report. They had two offensive tackles that were kind of limited dealing with some stuff, and a linebacker in Ernest Jones who was dealing with some stuff. But again, nothing serious. If I'm not mistaken, the final injury report, I think Nick Emanwari was the only one on the Seahawks injury report at all on Friday. So clean bill of health for both teams. We should see the best of the best out there today, and it should be an exciting game.
All right, Bri, we appreciate you. Everyone, please go follow Bri at the Injured List podcast. He's got lots of good stuff going on, and I believe he's got an interview coming up, don't you, Bri?
Yeah, I'm going to be releasing an episode today. We've got an interview with Deb. Deb Wickus at the Blonde Blitz is actually at the Super Bowl representing the network. She's doing an amazing job over there. If you guys haven't checked out her content, please do. She's been there all week in Media Row doing interviews, doing some segments. She's got basically a field reporter, Todd Marcel Durham. He's a comedian, actor. He is working with Deb this week, doing some cool stuff and interviewing a lot of players. He was actually on Fox Sports Radio the other day talking about a cause that he's there to help promote about a disease, a genetic disorder that he's doing some fundraising for. So he's going to be on my show today. We're going to be talking about that disease and how you can help contribute and kind of just seeing how his Super Bowl experience is going. So we're going to do an interview with him this morning, and that'll be released later today before the game.
make sure you check that out along with Brian on all his social media platforms. Todd's a really funny guy. He always touting his President's Sports Award that he got at an elementary school as his claim to fame as an athlete. So make sure you go check Todd out. He does some good stuff on there. All right, Brian, well, we appreciate you. We'll send you out, of course, with our friends from NeuroGuard Plus for the final time for this season, and we'll see you soon, my friend.
Take care, guys. Have fun.
Dr. Michael Hutchison has harnessed the latest in neuromuscular dentistry and impact technology to develop a mouthguard that does more than protect. It enhances. NeuroGuard Plus isn't just a mouthguard. By focusing on the jaw's physiological position, it provides an added layer of neuroprotection, significantly reducing the risk of sports-related neurological injuries. All athletes should be using a custom mouthguard designed to their bite position. NeuroGuard Plus was created as a means to maintain your physiological jaw position regardless of your bite. The appliance is designed to optimize your upper-lower jaw relationship to improve your strength, your balance, your oxygen intake, and drastically lower your chance of a concussion. Independent studies have shown that the NeuroGuard Plus will provide you with improvement to both upper and lower body strength. The same improvements were not present with a common mouthguard. Over 6,500 athletes have used the NeuroGuard Plus. Dr. Hutchison is happy to say that the amount of diagnosed concussions is 0.2%. The NeuroGuard Plus offers athletes, coaches, and parents an advantage to keep their players safe on the field. If you or your child actively participates in athletics, they need to be protected from the dangers of repetitive head trauma. Get your NeuroGuard Plus mouthguard today. Click on the link and use code ILPSports for 10% discount on your purchase.
Well, I see Andrew LeDuc in the comments. Unfortunately, he was unable to join us today. He's got kids basketball.
He is a terrible co-host.
But I was about to say, how he is a good
Don't worry,
co-host.
Fred. We're docking his pay. Don't worry.
Is that he took his time out during this week to do a special Patriots segment here for us to give kind of the story of the New England Patriots this season, along with our other co-host Carl and another Patriot personality as well. So let's check out what they have to say. To my co-host, by the way, if you got a bathroom break, go ahead and take one. These both of these segments are 1 minute.
Wow.
See you later. Let's hear about these Patriots.
They hate us because they ain't. They hate us because they ain't us. We march to San Francisco to once again take what is ours. The Patriots are coming.
His worst nightmare. We all we got, we all we need. We are back, baby, and I am not sorry. Sorry, America. I'm Andrew LeDuc, and this is the Patriots section for Super Bowl 60 coming up tonight. I'm joined by Carl from the Patriots Touchback. Carl, how are you this morning?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. Much appreciated. To think that to start the season, someone would have told you, we're going to go 14-3 and make the Super Bowl. I would have told you to lay off the strong cheese at night. But here we are. Here we are.
It's so true. I did not expect this, and we'll get to how that feels later. Mike Reedy also joining us. Mike, how are you doing? Tell the fans, where can they find you real fast? Where are you from? What's going on?
Doing really well. You can find my writing on Fantrax, and I talk on Optimus Fantasy. So two different places. And yes, I also really can't believe they made it this far this year as well. My expectations were not this high, so I love it.
Well, as everyone can tell, we are actual fans. So if you don't like the Patriots, you don't want to hear all the positive energy, maybe step out for this one because we're here for it. But let's get into it because we do have this matchup with the Seattle Seahawks coming up, and the Patriots are coming in as 4.5-point underdogs into the Super Bowl. Now, so my first question for you guys is, does that spread seem right? Do you think it's too little, too much? Like, is it respectful, basically, is what I'm trying to ask. Carl, we'll go to you first on this one.
I'd probably say it's slightly disrespectful. I would have said it's more like a minus. It should have been like -3.5, like by a field goal home advantage, if that makes sense. Yeah, we have been portrayed as the underdogs because people continue to use the easy schedule narrative on us, saying that we haven't beaten anyone or we haven't played anybody decent, or there's some deficiency to a team that we've played, in the postseason and so on. But at the end of the day, you can only beat what is put in front of you. And that's all New England done. Line them up, knock them down. That is what we've been doing all season long. Seattle, they have had a harder stretch on us, and they kind of do deserve to be favorites going into this game. But for a lot of people to turn around and say, oh, New England are going to get slapped up and lose by 20 to 30 points, I think is completely and utterly disingenuous.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm glad you brought up the schedule because the way I look at it is because we heard about it a lot last week with the Denver game and or in the AFC Championship. I mean, but it's the Patriots, even though they had an easy schedule, they blew some opponents out. Like, they took care of business. And other teams that had, similar easy schedules, like Denver struggled with some of those teams. They had won some close games. So the way I look at it, they didn't just win what was put in front of them. They took care of business, and they did it like a champ would. Mike, how do you feel about, is this respectful, disrespectful? What do you think?
I think the point spread should be closer. I agree with Carl. It should be like 3.5 points. I can see Seattle being favored, right? Because they were really good all season long. And the Patriots, if you look at box scores and you didn't watch the games, you don't understand how they completely dominated some of these teams, right? Like, people look at the box score, they didn't won by less than 10 points. Yeah, but the other team was never in the game. Like, they got up and they just stayed up. And in the playoffs, we're talking about a team with a defense that has been absolutely dominant. And to be fair, the three offenses they played didn't look good, but that was because of the Patriots defense. I mean, I never thought the backup quarterback from Denver was going to produce, but unlike the media tried to make us believe. But the Patriots played 3 top 5 defenses in the playoffs. Nobody has ever beaten 3 teams with like that before, ever. And now they have another one in the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, right? But the Pats, they've given up 26 total points in the playoffs. It's 8.6 points per game. They've been exceptionally dominant on that side of the ball. And I think we're looking at another defensive battle. I don't think you're going to see a very high scoring game.
Yeah, and that sounds right. And I mean, everyone always says, defense wins championships. And we've obviously the offense, not that the defense was bad this year. The defense was very good this year for us, but the offense looked, phenomenal this year and really brought us into the playoffs on a different level. But obviously the offense hasn't necessarily been at that same level so far in the playoffs, but it makes sense. Teams step up their defense. They throw in stuff they've been hiding all year. I think it's been impressive that, like you said, that they've been up and then they've kind of coasted there or whatever. That to have a young quarterback and a young team like this, for them to be able to stay in control of games like that, that's where I think it's impressive. So you've already kind of alluded to it here, Mike, but so you think that the defense is going to need to carry the Pats in the Super Bowl here, and the offense isn't necessarily going to be the main factor?
Yeah, well, they'll score enough to win, I think. I do think they're going to win this game, and they're going to do it in ways that people, have seen. They're going to run the football with Ramondre and Drake May himself, right? Both guys are going to run the football. Henderson will probably get his touches too. You're going to see guys like Stephon Diggs catch some passes, probably Butte. But guys like Mac Hollins being back on the field, people don't understand what he means to a team, right? Like, he's a good NFL player, not a good fantasy player, but a good NFL player. And he does a lot of great work blocking down the field for these guys when they're running, or guys who caught the ball too. He's big, he's strong, and he's a reliable target too. I don't know. They're finally healthy for the whole team for the first time in God knows how long. And I think that's why people are underestimating them a bit, because I don't know if they realize how banged up this team has been on and off through the season.
Just to piggyback on what Mike said, there's something that I found out. I think it was like last week. Okay, multiple Super Bowl rings for quarterbacks that have been without a top 10 scoring defense. So there's 37 times. So you look at Tom Brady, John Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and so on. Only 5 of them quarterbacks were without a top 10 scoring defense. Patrick Mahomes had 1, Eli Manning had 2, Peyton Manning had 1, and Jim Plunkett had 1. Everybody else that won a Super Bowl had a top 10 scoring defense. You have to win the Super Bowl in all 3 phases of the game. You cannot just rely solely. I mean, okay, Denver, when they beat the Panthers Super Bowl 50, that was more sort of, defense. They shut the Panthers down and they didn't really do that much onwards. But it had to be won in all 3 phases.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned all 3 phases. You have to expect the special teams is going to come into play here, because when you got Marcus Jones on our side and Rashid Shaheed on their side, you know, I expect there to be at least one explosive special teams play from. I don't know which side's going to do it. It's up in the air, but there's definitely going to be an impact there from all the weapons that both teams have. Do you think the offensive line has learned anything from these tough matchups they had so far in the playoffs before they faced Leonard Williams? Because, you know, Will Anderson, like Will Campbell's had himself a rough go here, and rightfully so. He's still young. He's still learning. This is a whole different intensity level. I don't necessarily blame him, but, you know, are they more beaten down, or are they more have learned from the experience and ready for this game?
Yeah, I think that Will has struggled in the postseason. I think the level of competition that he's had to go up against has increasingly got tougher for him. A lot of people are saying that maybe next season we should switch him inside to guard. I think it's too much of too early yet to have that conversation yet, because I think it was Max Crosby, Raiders defensive end. He basically had an interview, I think it was like last week he did, and he basically said, when he got described about Will Campbell, he said he's a very, very good player. He's a rookie. It's going to take time for him to get used to this, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be a very good tackle in the near distant future. If he doesn't pan out, then you could kick him inside to guard, and then he'll become an all pro left guard, which is basically, you know, Joe Tooney, one of the best left guards we ever had in a Patriots uniform. Phenomenal player. You put him on the tackle, and then you see the deficiency. So it's to and fro really from that one.
Yeah, how about you, Mike? There.
I'm a person who believes we need to have patience with young players and give them a chance to see how they're going to do. I know the immediate gratification is a big thing, especially, you know, on social media with people. But I feel this way about linemen, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. If they get opportunity, tend to produce younger and quicker. We all kind of know that. But, you know, offensive line is, I think, the most important position on the field. When you see teams make it to a championship level, they always have a good offensive line, almost always. I want to see them, give him a chance to grow into that position and see how he does before you start shuffling stuff around. That doesn't help people with their growth if you just keep moving them around as well. And there's nuances for each of those positions on the offensive line, and, you know, give him a chance to prove he can play that spot or not before shuffling him to left guard. That's my thoughts anyways.
Yeah, I completely agree, because for a big chunk of the year, Campbell was not an issue at left tackle. He looked good, and people were surprised and were taking it as a win that he was serviceable there. So, I mean, that's building blocks. Like I said, it's no surprise. We're in the playoffs where he's facing the best defensive lines of the season all in a row. Like, we should have expected that all of a sudden he's going to get his teeth kicked in a little bit here, and this is going to be a learning experience.
And because he's a rookie, they're going to throw stuff at him that he never saw before, right? Exactly. That's what they're going to do.
Well, and that's what the playoffs are all about. Teams save stuff, and that's now the Patriots. That seemed like, honestly, the Patriots seem like they were prepared prepared to lean on the defense coming into the playoffs because it almost their offensive game plan switched up a little bit, it seemed, and their defense became much more aggressive. It does feel like Vrabel has been holding some back here, and he's unleashed in the playoffs, and it's been fun to watch. So,
he outcoached Sean Payton something fierce in that snow game.
Right. And so I personally, I don't know how you guys feel. I personally feel that we have the advantage at coaching for the Super Bowl. Too. Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't feel like it's close. Like, I'm not worried about, what they're going to do on their side of the field. Like, I feel pretty confident that Vrabel's got the advantage there.
Yeah, I think we slightly do have the advantage on that. But you can't knock what Mike McDonald has done for that 49ers team. He did really well last season, got him into the postseason. Now he's took them a lot further than what they expected him to be, and he's done absolutely phenomenal. And just as British bias here, their defensive coordinator was also British as well. So I have a little bit of a soft spot for Seattle on that basis, but do with that what you will. I think overall, you look at Vrabel. He is more experienced, and there is a saying: you don't get fired, you don't become a head coach in the NFL till after you get fired from your first head coaching job. Well, Vrabel's learned a lot from his time in Tennessee. He's learned a lot from his mistakes. The perfect solution was bringing in Josh McDaniels. I mean, one of the best quarterback whisperers in the game. I mean, you can't. Okay, I know his conservative play calling does gripe people, shall we say, but you can't deny that what he does what he does draw up for Drake May is still very, very good. And you're not forgetting as well on the defensive side of the ball. Terrell Williams, he's been out due to prostate cancer, which we're very, very thankful now that he's now cancer free. So well done to him. But Zach Core, first year play caller, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. Although I do have a smidgen believe that Mike Vrabel has got his fingers in the pie on that respective. I could be wrong.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into some. The Patriots picked white. They're wearing white again. We've seen them do this now for a handful of Super Bowls. They're 4-2 overall when they're wearing white, and overall teams who wear white in the Super Bowl are 37 out of 59 wearing white. So obviously people believe there's a superstition in your jersey color in the Super Bowl. So are you superstitious in the white jerseys? And we'll also right into that as well. Give your predictions / expectations for the game. Mike, let's start with you.
Bunny, turn down, please.
I am not superstitious about the colors of the uniforms in the game at all. I like the white unis though, so I think that's good. I do, as I mentioned, I think it's going to be a relatively low scoring game. I don't think we'll see 40 something over. If I don't know what the over under is for the game actually, but I would probably bet the under.
I'll look
47, 48 maybe.
Yeah, I'd bet the under. I figured it was higher than it should be. I am happy for Sam Darnold, although I hope they hit him every chance they get this week. But I'm super happy for all the success that guy's had.
It is fun. It's similar to when we were all excited that felt respectful for Geno Smith last year, that he figured it out. Like, you do like to see successful comeback stories, and you do love to see it when it happens after leaving the Jets. That's now twice, so you gotta love to see that. Carl, how about you?
Yeah, I think it will be a low-scoring game. It's interesting how we need to get Grain to gain quick pressures on Seattle's O-line. Christian Barmore, Milton Williams is one of the top 5 in the league currently right now with 15 to 14 quick pressures. Seattle's right guard and center, they've given up a fair bit this season. So if there's one weak spot New England have to probably attack, it's probably the right guard and the center as well. But Milton Williams can take 2 men on at the same time, and that just gives Barmore more free run at probably at Gray Zabel, if I had to be honest, as with that one. Yeah, I think it'll be a low scoring game, in my own personal opinion.
Yeah, the over under currently right now on DraftKings Sportsbook is 45.5. So I would also take the under there. My prediction is 16-14 Patriots. Like I said, now this is the one thing, like when I mentioned expectations, because it's kind of like, do you feel like we're playing with house money? Like, do we feel like we should win this game? Like, it's hard to not expect, like, now that we're here, like, no, we should win this game. But, like, is it fair for if someone is like, well, we've made it here and we weren't supposed to be here, so, like, if we lose, it's not going to hurt as much, you know? It's a weird feeling because we're not used to this situation, but I guess it's kind of similar back to the 01 Super Bowl in that way.
I think if New England don't get blown out, I don't think there could be anyone can not shake their head and go, no, do you know what? Fair enough. They deserve to where they got there. If we get blown out, then obviously the narrative is going to be the easy schedule. You got this off the easy schedule. Now you played a very good team. Now you got slapped.
I really don't want to hear that narrative.
But I know, but I'm going for a low scoring game. But just as a nostalgia pick, I'm going for the same scoreline as it was in Super Bowl 36.
Okay.
2017, Borregales walk-off field goal.
All right.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, you guys are a bit younger than me. I have to tell you, back in 2001, I traveled with work every week, and where I was working, the client, they were all talking about how the Patriots were going to get crushed by the Rams. And I legit walking by some executives had to turn around and say, have you guys not watched the Patriots play this year? And they were like, what? I'm like, that's not going to happen. What you're saying is not going to happen. And then, when I was back there Monday after the Super Bowl, they were like, how did you know? I'm from Boston. I didn't know they were going to win. I just knew they weren't going to get blown out, right? And that's what my expectation here is well. I've had some deep conversations with people where they really thought Denver's defense was going to dominate the Patriots in the AFC Championship, and I'm like, you haven't watched the Patriots play all year, have you? You haven't watched. You're somebody who you have an opinion based on Denver seemed like the better team all season. No, that's not going to happen.
I agree.
And this is a much, much closer matchup than people want to admit on either side. Probably, I know people like, they're going to win. The Pats are going to win. And I'm like, Seattle's really good. Like, don't.
It's going to be a game. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fight. And
it's going to be a game of chess.
Physical.
It's going to be a game of chess.
I think it could come down to the coaching staff on who wins the game. Yeah.
There's definitely going to be some like game management aspects to this that turn this game one way or another, whether it's timeouts or Whether to go for it on fourth. There's going to be aspects of that play into this game, and it's going to make it for a great game.
The other thing I will say with Gonzo is he did get burned a couple of times in that Denver game. If there's one time not to turn into Tuukka Rask in Game 7 of the so this is not the game to do it.
No, it is not. JSN will go nuts.
Yeah, we cannot have that. All right, well, thank you both for joining us here on TSS Fantasy for the Super Bowl. Once again, I'm Andrew LeDuc. This is Carl, Mike Reedy, and Go Pats. We're ready for this, and at this point, we're going to kick it over to Justin, my co-host, where he's going to be talking about the soon-to-be loser Seattle Seahawks. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the game.
We march to San Francisco, where we go to seek revenge for our people and bring home the glory of championship gold.
The first time they made the playoffs, his final.
All righty, it is Super Bowl Sunday, and we're here to talk about those Seattle Seahawks. It's funny, on my show, I always refer to my favorite team as America's team, the Miami Dolphins, although not quite American right now. But I will say I'm a very faithful guy, but if there was one side piece team I would have, it is the Seattle Seahawks. Ever since I was a kid, loved the old school uniforms. Plus, I was a short white guy, so Steve Largent was always very cool to me. And I played receiver, so there we go. All right, we're here with Scott Engel. Welcome in, my friend. How are you today?
Good. Interesting fact. Dan Marino's first playoff loss against the Seahawks in New Year's Eve 1983 at the Orange Bowl. That was big Seahawks upset. The first time they made the playoffs. His final postseason win was in the Kingdome in 1999. He beat the John Kitna Seahawks, but then they got blasted by the Jaguars the next week.
Surprise there. Can't get too far with those Dolphins. Also, just to throw this out there, since you brought it up, I do distinctly remember a game, and it might even, I think it was a regular season game, so I don't think it was playoffs, but we played in Seattle, and Cortez Kennedy knocked that Marino out. The man went to the sideline, had some smelling salts, came right back in and won the game for us. Definitely not happening nowadays, but a very cool moment indeed in Dolphins Seahawks history.
Yes. And I lived in South Florida for 8 years. I went to the game in 96 when Joey Galloway scored 2 touchdowns and Brian Blades took the game winner to the house.
Nice. Gotta love it, indeed. All right, well, let's talk about your Seattle Seahawks. They've made it all the way here to the final eclipse of the NFL season, so we're excited to see how they finished and, of course, take down those gross Patriots. Let's go back to the summer, though, when this journey started to begin, and this team started to come together. What were your thoughts then? Did you think this team was going to make it all the way here?
No, I'm very pleasantly surprised. The Vegas over-under on wins was 8.5. after they lost the first game of the season, their Super Bowl odds went to the longest at plus 8,000. By week 13, they were up to plus 3,500, and then down, etc. I thought, I write Seahawks betting picks on Oregon Live and NJ.com, sometimes Michigan Live. And I predicted that they would make the playoffs, and the ceiling was winning a wild card game. And I've been very pleasantly surprised. This team is coming together so well. They've only had 3 losses, and they've all been by 4 points or less.
Yeah, that's
not what I expected. Not complaining whatsoever.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season, and not for nothing, regular season, you hear all that about Sam Darnold, but in the big moment, Sam's been stepping up this season, so I think we can kind of put that to bed this year at the very least.
The narrative about Sam and Patriot fans are still parroting it as we head to the Super Bowl, and I respect the Patriots. Like, we got to get pressure on Sam. He's going to make mistakes. That's been the narrative for several weeks. That was Sam Darnold earlier in the season. He's not made a turnover during the playoffs, nor any bad turnovers late in the year, because what happened was early in the year they lost to San Francisco, and they lost to Tampa Bay with Sam Darnold making some critical turnovers. As the season progressed, and now you see it, when he gets pressured, he'll take the sack or throw the ball away, whereas he was not doing that before.
And it's funny that, you always hear those kind of narratives, but at the end of the day, if you put pressure on a quarterback, they're going to eventually make mistakes. So, it's funny that they put that on Sam, but you could pretty much apply that to anyone, quite frankly. So it's kind of funny that keeps getting thrown around there. Talking about individual players or just the team in general, who do you think was the MVP of the Seattle Seahawks this season?
I think obviously people are going to say Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think it's kind of obvious. He's playing at the highest level of any Seahawks receiver since Steve Largent. And there's been some good ones. Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, Brian Blades, who we mentioned. Every year on Seahawks.com, I do the 12 greatest fantasy Seahawks of all time. And, not only is he going to get on the list, he's going to rock it up, like past Darrell Jackson already, guys like that. But, that's kind of chalky as much as I love it. I will say on the defensive side, everybody loves Nick Amwari, but I really think the unsung hero of that defense is middle linebacker Ernest Jones. He has played fantastic. 6 interceptions. That's a lot for a linebacker, including the postseason. He is the field general out there. This year is Bobby Wagner out there, and Ernest Jones has been very, very valuable. Great trade by John Schneider last year.
Yeah, so we had, and he was scheduled to come today. Unfortunately, didn't make it. But during our summer tour, we had Dave DesRochers on our Seattle show. And he was, a funny thing was, he was out playing golf while he was doing the show. But, we asked him, he said that he didn't know a lot about fantasy, but I just said, all right, well, just give me a player you think will impact fantasy for the Seahawks. And, it was funny that what he said resounded with me and won me a few championships because he said, I don't play fantasy, but if I did, any team I have, I'm going to get this Seattle Seahawks defense. And it was something I did. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to make sure I do that. And man, they were on fire this year, especially for fantasy is concerned. I mean, big points. 1 week, I forget which week it was, but they led everyone in total scoring, individual players, quarterbacks, it didn't matter. So yeah, it was funny that he brought that up and said that defense has just been on point all season long. All right, well, let's get to this regular season, and let's just talk about the games in general. What game really stuck out to you this season? As far as, what it might have been a good game, it might have just destroyed someone. What was your most favorite game from the Seahawks this year?
Probably the regular season finale against San Francisco. Just really not like a dominant win, but just, the defense really controlled them and held them only to like 3 points. That was one. The second win against the Rams was so exciting, and probably the first time that I felt that, wow, about this team, that they could actually be a true contender. Then in the playoffs, beating San Francisco by 35, you say to yourself, the way they did it, it's funny because you remember back to 2013 and the Legion of Boom in the year they won the Super Bowl. Everybody was talking about the Patriots are coming in to play the Seahawks. I mean, not the Patriots, the Saints. The Drew Brees Saints. And let's see if Seattle can handle them. And Seattle blew them out right from the get-go. And Richard Sherman said to the camera, he said, and you could still find this on YouTube as a great Sherman quote. He says, you thought you all said this was going to be a matchup. Mismatch. Then he turns around a minute later and goes, get him out of here. And then Devin Witherspoon, when they beat the 49ers, redid that whole same thing to the camera. So I thought you were going to be a matchup with the Niners. Mismatch. So that was enjoyable. It's been an enjoyable season for the whole second half and through the playoffs. The Rams game was obviously a sweat, but I think everybody agrees that those were the two best teams in football. The way the Seahawks destroyed Denver in Super Bowl 48, people were saying that the NFC Championship game with them against the Niners with the tip was the real Super Bowl that year. And people saying, well, if the Patriots get sandblasted this week, they'll consider the NFC Championship game the Super Bowl again.
Sounds like a good segue into my next question. And of course, the final one, the big one. Who wins today's game, and tell me why, or give me a score too while you're at it.
Look, I respect, the Patriots. And this game could go one of two ways. It could be a blowout, or it could be very tight. What I think is that it's going to be tight in the first half. The Seahawks are going to pull away in a big way in the second half. Because not only can they score on offense, they can hurt you on defense and score on defense. We've seen that with DeMarcus Lawrence, and they can score on special teams with Rashid Shaheed, who is one of my dark horse picks for Super Bowl and MVP, plus 3,000 on DraftKings. So that they have many ways to beat you. And while both these teams are good defenses, people have said, oh, the Patriots, they faced 3 top 5 defenses, but the offenses they faced were not as good as Seattle. This is the most complete team they faced all year. The only offense they faced other than this year on this level was the Buffalo Bills. So I think the Seahawks are very complete, and it'll be tight for a while, but then just the better team will pull away. I'm predicting 38-17 Seahawks.
Ooh, I'm with you and hoping that I'm a little nervous because I'm hearing so many people kind of have that same mentality that this could be a blowout by the Seahawks. And, when everyone's always saying something, then it always ends up being the other way. So
yeah,
look,
it's a Super Bowl, right? Patriot fans can tell you about the 2007 Super Bowl when they got their undefeated season ruined. One of the greatest early Super Bowls was the Jets beating the Colts in Super Bowl III. So anything can happen, I think, but I just, there are Patriot fans out there who are just like kind of wish casting on social media and throwing out stats that they think will suit their narrative and stuff like that. Whereas you just got to go out and play the game. And I think once you get between the lines, as the cliche goes, I think the Seahawks are just a better team, because I think the big difference is their defense. Against the run, they're so good. And then against the pass, they only rush 4 and they get so much pressure. They have 4 guys who had over 40 pressures this year. And then they can drop so many back into coverage. And a man Worry is like a, Swiss Army knife sort of. That's very tough, because look at who the Patriots have on their offense, their playmaker. Stevenson's had a good postseason and, kind of picked it up towards the end of the regular season. But Henderson really hasn't busted out yet. He's shown some big playability here and there, but Stephon Diggs, as much as I respect him, is past his prime. Kayshon Boutte, Demario Douglas, they're really not going to be a challenge for a secondary that just got done with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
That's 100% correct. So I think that's why we're all feeling that same way, Scott. So that's for damn sure. Listen, I know you've done a lot of writing, do a lot of writing for a lot of different places. So let everyone know where they can follow and get all your great content, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm covering the playoffs on Seahawks.com, and I usually write fantasy football there during the fantasy football season. as the Seahawks have embraced fantasy football because, the whole 12 thing, they want to do what the fans like. And I've been there since 2012. I was drafted the same year as Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson. I'm also doing sports betting, Seahawks and otherwise, on several advanced local platforms, most notably Oregon Live, NewJersey.com, Michigan Live, a lot of that, AL.com for Alabama. You'll find a lot of my stuff there. Fantasy-wise, still at RotoBaller and hosting on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, Sunday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday morning 6 to 7 a.m. Eastern.
Beautiful. Listen, if you're wanting to win some money, go write that stuff down. Go follow, listen to Scott. He's got some great insight. Good luck to your Seahawks today, my brother. I'll be rooting on for you.
And just before I go, okay, I'm going to give you 3 MVP picks.
Nice.
Okay, I said Shaheed at 3,000, but if this game is tighter, I think one of their 2 defensive playmakers, and Emma Ward's more of a hitter. He's like, he sets the tone where these other guys pick it up and make the plays. I think on DraftKings, 2 great MVP bets for long shots are Ernest Jones at plus 7,500 and Devin Witherspoon at plus 9,000.
I like it. I definitely can see that happening. Big playmakers on the defensive side definitely can make the difference in this one. That's for damn sure. All right, Scott, well, we appreciate you, my friend. Like I said, good luck to your Seahawks. And we're going to get back to our Super Bowl special.
Mute.
All right, you can't hear me either. Thanks for everyone who stuck through those segments that were supposed to be 15 minutes, but ended up being an hour because of my shitty internet up here. All righty, let's move it on.
That was more of a butchering one Ron Hextall did for the Pittsburgh Penguins when he was in charge. That was horrendous.
Oh my God, these fucking guys. All right, let's go.
Bro, I should have gone and watched an episode
It's time
of
to get your
Rise of the
real-time
49ers
NFL
to
weather
watch some
report
good
from
fucking
TSS
shit.
Fantasy.
Could you not?
Yeah, we skipped right.
He just went straight to the weather. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to the weather.
Whatever the hell you're saying, we don't care. So today's weather today is 54 degrees. Areas of fog and winds 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's Santa Clara. It's fucking beautiful.
Right, exactly.
It's the
What a
Super
great
Bowl. It
choice
ain't
they
gonna
made.
snow.
What a great choice they made for the Super Bowl. All right, let's win some money and talk about some bets.
Time to win some money with TSS Fantasy's betting advice. Win big bitches.
All right, Eric unfortunately could not make it this morning, so he did bring in a couple of side notes for our bets. He wanted to let us know about his computer being all messed up, but it didn't stop the locks. DeMarcus Lawrence sacked today, and he likes 1 sack and maybe 2 sacks for DeMarcus Lawrence today. So make sure I love this one though. Collinsworth does not say, quote, "Now here's a guy." That's I guess that's a
Yeah.
That's great. Non-QB throws a TD at plus 500. That's a fun one. I like that. He also goes with Bad Bunny wears a dress at plus 150 as well. So that'll be interesting. And DeMarcus Lawrence, MVP, plus 8,000, a couple sacks and a scoop and score. A safety could do it. It's 80-1 for a reason, though, obviously. So those are some little side bets. Anyone else got any bets they want to throw out there?
I haven't got a bet, but I've got a perfect drinking game. Every time Chris Collinsworth mentions Patrick Mahomes, take a shot.
That would be truly funny if he mentions Mahomes today, that's for sure. I do like Kenneth Walker as MVP, though. I think he's got a good shot at it with no Zach Charbonnet today, being that individual effort he can make today. I do like him to possibly win MVP.
I got three
Okay,
bets.
what do you got?
Clavon Chaisson for a sack. He's been a huge up-and-comer for that defense for the Patriots, plus 1,400. Andy Borgalis. I think this is going to be a really close game. 3 field goals. Over 3 field goals, 285. And then I got Kayshon Boutte as the longest reception. A lot of people would go Rashid Shaheed, but I think they'll lock that shit down.
All right, I like it. You heard it here first. Fred, are you frozen? Because, you know, you're always talking about betting and you just like to show it during thing. But do you have anything?
I think he's frozen.
He's frozen. His mic's muted. What a blessed day.
I thought my internet was bad. All right,
We
let's
should
get
all
on.
just log out and just show Fred's face on here while we talk.
Just keep it up frozen like that. All right, let's talk about some ultimate DFS lineups to play today. Hope you win some money as well.
All right, brothers and sisters, get ready to get your ultimate DFS roster set with TSS Fantasy.
All righty, let's talk about ultimate DFS lineups. Let's first, of course, see how we all did last week. Let's start out with last week's winner.
That's right, TSS family. Bend the knee for your DFS king 2 weeks in a row. Can't wait to knock Meg off her crown next season.
Yeah.
Greg, again, back to back. I can't believe it. 151.7 last week. Ooh wee. Good
playoffs,
job, my
baby.
friend JSN, Puka, and Kenneth Walker and Matt Stafford all played well for you, my friend. So good job. Playoffs is where he comes to shine. And let's see who last week's loser was.
It's okay, TSS family. Some of us Royals make mistakes as well. I still have my crown, which no one can take away from me.
Yeah, Meg, I don't know what the AI did to you there, but yeah, not good last week, 95.6. A couple of Troy Franklin not showing up for you and Hunter Henry as well. All right, here's Justin's lineup. He was, I guess, second, if you will, Matt Stafford, and he had the Puka JSN combo that played out well, and Kenneth Walker. So good job there, Justin. I came in as a solid third. JSN, Kenneth Walker, that combo played out good. Sam Darnold even had a good day, so not too shabby there. And here's LeDuc's lineup, 126.2. He had the JSN, Puka, and Kenneth Walker trio, but playing that Drake May didn't play too well, unfortunately. And here's Fred, 117. Poor Meg was Carl coming in. Didn't get last at least, but Pat Bryant, AJ Barner, and Hunter Henry not doing you any favors, my friend. Greg, talk about your ultimate DFS lineup for the Super Bowl.
Well, you know, it's kind of weird, just Jason, with this Super Bowl lineup. But I chose my captain, like you said. I think Kenneth Walker has a good chance to be the MVP of this game. No Charbonnet, and I think they're going to rely heavily on the run to keep Sam Darnold upright. And I think Stephon Diggs, because I think the Patriots will go down and they're going to have to throw the ball to keep up. And that's why I picked Trayvon Henderson as well. He's a better receiver out the backfield, I think, than Stevenson. I know Stevenson has some flashes, but I think Henderson with the burst and with the athletic ability will get that there. I like Sam Darnold. I don't think he'll have a big game, but I think he'll do just enough so for the Seahawks to win. I like AJ Barner as well as the tight end. And Cooper Kupp, this ain't his first Super Bowl. So everybody's like, you know, JSN is going to be the man. But did you see Cooper Kupp in the playoffs, the last game? he showed up, and I think he'll show up again in the Super Bowl. So that's my lineup. 2 wins in a row. Let's get it, baby.
See if he can make it 3. We'll see. Yeah. And just so everyone's aware, this is on DraftKings. This is the showdown captain, with the captain being a little bit extra money because they give you 1.5 the points as well. So just to throw that out there, just so everyone's aware. I had to ask Justin because I was like, what the hell is this captain thing? I have no idea. All right, Justin, talk about your ultimate DFS lineup, friend.
Oh, shit.
Justin.
Am I muted? Am I still muted? Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. My internet froze. It's a contagious thing that's happening on StreamYard right now. I don't even see my lineup. Okay, let me see. I gotta go through my phone.
What's
going on? It is. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, Freddie.
I'm back.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can't hear Justin.
Okay, we can hear you. You're good. Can't see you, but you're good. Justin, you want me to just say your lineup for you?
No, I got it right here.
Oh,
yeah, you guys are so unprepared, bro.
Oh God, this is like working with 2 Freddies.
You only get 1 Freddy, baby. Come on now.
Let me go to my notes.
All right.
Look at Meg. Look at Meg's
face. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Everybody's internet sucks ass, and now it's rubbing off.
We can hear you.
Get to your lineup.
Oh, okay, cool. Nobody's ever answered me. Everybody's just like, oh,
yeah.
Anyways, I want the Patriots defense as my captain. I think it's going to be a huge day for them. Sam Darnold's going to be seeing ghosts once again. Kenneth Walker, I do think, is going to be the most important person for Seattle, either as a pass catcher or as a receiver. Kayshon Boutte, like I said with the bet, I think he could have a really good game in this one. He's going to be matched up with Tariq Woolen, who's absolute hot trash. Drake May is my quarterback because I think he's just going to be chewing up this cover 2 defense all day long. Jason Myers, as the kicker. It's just going to be grabbing points in this game. Nobody's going to be going 4th down. Everybody's going to be trying to get points. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba, you gotta go with who's been playing good. And you know what? I don't think there's anybody on the Patriots that can cover him. So I think that, whatever Sam Darnold does today, it's going to be going through him.
Yeah, so Justin and I implemented the same strategy. Since I've never done this before, I wasn't sure exactly how to go. But my strategy, since if you had to pay more for the captain, I also went with the defense. We have basically the same exact lineup, except I went with the Seahawks side on the defense. Like you said, they've been, you got to put the guys that have been doing it all year, and that's a guy. Jason Myers been doing it all year as well. Drake May also in the mix as well. So yeah, basically the same strategy going into this, paying up for, at least if you're going to pay up for something, it's something that you don't have to pay a lot for, and then that affords you a little bit more in the lineup to go with other stuff. So there's my lineup there. All right, here's LeDuc's lineup. He went for captain, was Kayshon Boutte, got Drake May in there, AJ Barner, Kenneth Walker. Went with Matt Collins. He mentioned that in that little Patriots intro as well. I liked Matt Collins today, and JSN as well. All right, Fred, talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
All right, so I think Christian Gonzalez is going to be put on Smith-Jigba. I think he gets his points, but I think Kupp comes up big this week. That's why I put him as my captain. We all thinking the same thing about Walker. I think he has a big day. I went all the way basically with all the Seahawks. I still believe this is going to be a 2-touchdown, maybe and possibly more game. They're going to win. I did pick Trey Henderson. I thought $3,800 was pretty cheap. That's why I went with him. So I'm thinking the Seahawks have a big, big day.
All right, I like it. Carl, talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, so I'm backing my QB to get this. I think this is going to be the weather's going to be better for him. The climate's going to be better for him. It will be much more easier. I know this defense is going to be a problem, but compared to what we've gone up against so far, I think they play a lot of cover 2. But they also play a lot of cover 6 as well, Seattle. But Drake May, I expect him to do well. Ramondre Stevenson. Now I know the Seahawks do very, very well in the running game. But I'm just picking Stevenson when it becomes short yardage situations at the goal line. That's where I'm focused on. I'm going to put Diggs in there because I feel like this is the game that for him that he needs to be on it. This is the game which he wanted so badly when we won the AFC Championship last 2 weeks ago. He's going to want to prove it properly this time round. I've got Kupp in there as well. I haven't got Smith and Jigba in there because I believe he's the one that's going to get targeted a lot and he's the one that's going to get covered a lot. I think Cooper Kupp might be the X factor for the Seattle Seahawks in this one. I'm going to go with Hunter Henry as well. Seattle do not do very well in defending tight ends. They've given up a lot of yards. They gave up a lot to Tungis and they gave up a lot to who are going to play? Higbee and Parkinson. So going to be an interesting one on that one. And then just as a little bit of a bit of a curveball I've thrown in there. So we're going to throw to Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp and obviously Rashid Shaheed is in there. No one's mentioning Torrey Horton. He's that fourth receiver that might just be a case of if we can cover everyone, you have to beat us with your wide receiver 3 and your wide receiver 4. This might be a Torrey Horton, maybe a little bit of a game where he could get a mismatch against one of our safeties, maybe. So, yeah, that's my lineup.
I like it. And, again, just a difference in the strategies. You're paying a lot more for the captain, but, again, he's getting 1.5 of the points. So if your captain does well, then you want to pay that big money because you end up, getting those points. So just different strategies that we're throwing out there for you guys. Meg, how about your ultimate DFS lineup?
Yeah, so I have taken the risk on Jackson Smith and Jigba at captain there. I don't think the Patriots defense has an answer for him. I just can't see it. I think he's going to, yes, they're going to try and cover him, but we've seen him, every team that he's been up against has tried to cover him and done very little to do so. So I've also gone Trevion Henderson because, again, I've kind of been interchanging him and Stevenson all season. I've just got a feeling that he's going to have an absolute game. I've gone for Halani as well. I don't feel like he gets enough credit, but I do think he's a little bit of a sleeper on this one. Rashid Shaheed is an obvious choice, I would say. Hunter Henry did me dirty last week or 2 weeks ago, but I'm hoping that it was just a blip and that he can come through. A bit like Carl said, they struggle to stop those tight ends, so I'm interested to see what he can do. And also, Mac Hollins being back on the field is going to be interesting. I think he, someone was mentioning earlier, he has an impact that isn't always necessarily recognised, but I do think he's gonna have a game. So, yeah, there we go.
I like it indeed. Like I said, a couple different strategies you guys can implement during your DFS picks. All right, speaking of picks, let's get to this big game. Actually, before we do that, if you are hosting a Super Bowl party, our friend Shay Holland from the Blonde Blitz stopped by, gave us some quick tips for your playoff Super Bowl party. And it won't play as long as the others. It'll only be 2 minutes. So everyone can relax. Here we go.
If you're planning a last-minute Super Bowl watch party, I have 5 NFL-inspired tips for you.
The NFL pays millions to create these unforgettable events, but you don't have to. Whether you're a party pro or this is your first one, focus on these NFL-inspired tips. And get this, they're all free or low cost. First, make sure you have the right TV height, ideally with the center at eye level when seated. Think about multiple TVs so everyone has a great view of the game. 2, make sure your seating is the right distance from the TV. A simple guide is to measure your TV horizontally and double the width. That's a good distance, give or take a foot. 3, food is the next big star of the day. Keep it simple with choices that don't require a knife and fork. We spotted so many great ideas like these charcuterie cups. And for dessert, a candy bar. Simple. 4, remember to appeal to all the senses. Think about aromas. Light a candle or 2. Bake some cookies. People associate good smells with a good time. And 5, create signature moments. Maybe a cocktail or a dish everyone loves. Use these NFL-inspired tips and keep it simple for a winning last-minute game day watch party.
Make sure you go follow Shay at Game Day Shay on Instagram and all social media. She does a great job on the Blonde Blitz as well, giving us those types of tips. Where's Justin go? Did he leave? I guess he's gone already. All right, well, while he's gone, let's do our picks.
Will TSS Fantasy pick the right teams to win this week? Outlook not good.
All right, here we go with our picks for the big Super Bowl today. Basically, a very quick breakdown of it. Seattle leads the series between these teams 11-9. Last time they played was in 2024 in the regular season. Seattle won 23-20 in overtime. The playoff series, obviously, New England leads 1-0. We know in 2015 Super Bowl 49. New England won 28-24. That's their only postseason meeting. Seattle's favored by 4.5. The over/under is 45.5. Meg, let's go to you first. Who wins? Give me the score and why. And give me your MVP too.
Oh, okay. I'm picking Seattle for the win. I think the score is going to be close. I think it's going to be 34-27 Seattle. And my MVP, I'm going to go Kenneth Walker III.
All right, I like it. Fred, same question to you, sir.
I'm going to go with 38-24 Seattle. Sam Darnold completes the turnaround, makes us all feel bad as Jets fans by winning the MVP.
As if there's nothing else to make you feel bad. Carl, what do you say?
As you saw in our Patriots preview, I've gone 2017 New England. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think both defenses are going to cancel each other out. And although Drake May will lead us down the field, the Bargals kick us the game-winning field goal. The man that we paid the most money for in free agency is going to be MVP, Milton Williams.
I like it. Greg, what do you say?
I like Seattle. I think along the lines of Carl, I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as Freddie thinks it's going to be 38 points. I don't know where the hell he's getting that from.
38-24.
But I believe it's going to be 24-10 Seattle, and the MVP will be Kenneth Walker.
I like it. Justin, what say you?
I'll go with 24-20 New England. And I think the MVP is going to be Ramondre Stevenson.
Ooh,
Justin.
I like it. I'm going Seattle, and I'm going to go a little bit closer to Greg's, I think. I'm going to go 28-13 Seattle. And as I said earlier, I like Kenneth Walker as MVP. And obviously, LeDuc went with his, of course, Patriots, since he's not here to let us all know. By the way, I forgot to do that earlier. This is
How convenient is it? How convenient is it that the three players the three guests on here who have got dynasties are backing everyone that has a dynasty? So thank you, Justin. That's all I say.
What dynasty does Justin have?
This is our picks from last week, by the way, and then here we are for the playoffs in total. So LeDuc, Meg, you got a chance to tie LeDuc today, so that's pretty much the gist of that one. All right, we got something fun I set up to close out today's show. We do something during the summer and do a little fantasy quiz show. So today we're going to close out a fantasy quiz show with Super Bowl facts. It's going to be Juice and Fred, Juice and the Jester versus Meg and Carl in a fantasy quiz show showdown for the Super Bowl. Before we do that, this segment, by the way, is sponsored. Greg, you can talk a little bit more about this, but by Island Pepper Skin Products. We got some great stuff out there for you guys to get for the holidays. $30 a box for all this great stuff. Greg, you want to talk about some of this stuff? Because I don't really know what it is.
So it's my wife's company. She does islandpepperskincare.com. She has great stuff for all the ladies and gentlemen. Justin, it will help get your beard correct, connected and everything. She does have some beard oil. Fred, she does have some hair to get the hair back growing. But she does have some great skin products for all the ladies and the men out there. And the great Valentine's box is going fast. It's $30 a box, and you get all these great things for your lovely lady out there. So, Justin, as you know, Island Pepper, where the pepper's black.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it. That's the tagline. It's
Jason, you say it better, Jason. You say it better.
And that's the fourth wall broken.
Yeah, so as the tagline goes, in the islands, the pepper is always black. That's how you say it. Make sure you go check out. It's a unique gift idea because not everyone's gonna get that. Everyone's gonna get the cards and the candy. Go get something unique. It's something you're like, hey, with this extra mile for you. So go make sure you go check that out. We appreciate it. All right, well, let's get it on. Justin's gonna be our judge for today. Gonna hit the buttons for me. I'll hit the first one for the quiz show, and then you got it after that. So let's get it on. It's time for the Fantasy Quiz Show.
There seems to be no sign of intelligence.
It's the Fantasy Quiz Show.
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. It's gonna be a long game.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Dirty Reg, by the way, said this game giving him college championship vibes. 26 or 27, New England 20 or 21. So that sounds pretty good to me. I like that.
Reg.
All right. So for Meg and Carl, who haven't probably played or seen this been played before, basically it's just set up Family Feud style. So I'm going to ask one of you to go against one of your opponents, and I'm going to ask a question. First one to get the highest one will take it for their team. You guys will have a chance to fill out the rest of the answers. You got 3 strikes, however. So if you hit the 3 strikes, the other team gets a chance to steal it. We're going to go best out of 5 in the matchups as well. So whoever gets 3 rounds will win. This is all on Super Bowl facts. So here we go. We're going to go Meg and Fred for the first question. Here we go. And again, whoever gets the first one of the highest value will get the round for their team. So here we go. I'm looking for top 5 answers on the board, and these are individual games in the Super Bowl. I'm looking for the quarterback who has thrown for the most yards in a Super Bowl game.
Brady.
Ladies first.
It's both of you can shout it out.
Brady.
She said it. Tom Brady. Thank you, backstage. All right. Meg gets the first one for the team. Tom Brady, number 1 on the list. He's actually number 1 and number 2 on the list, but not on this list. I just I put the quarterbacks in order, but he's number 1, number 2, number 9, and number 15 for most yards thrown in a Super Bowl game. Number 1 being 505 yards. Pretty impressive. All right, so Megan, Carl, you got it. Carl, you're up next. What's your guess for throwing yards in a Super Bowl? You there, Carl?
What most throwing yards did you say?
Yeah, most passing yards.
Yes,
Which
most
quarterback?
throwing. And in a game. Individual.
In a game?
In a game. Yep.
What, do I say number or callback? It's a number, yeah?
What's that?
It's the quarterback, Carl.
Quarterback,
It's
Carl,
a-
quarterback.
Name a quarterback.
Yeah. That's been in the Super Bowl. That's thrown for a lot.
We need top 5.
Montana.
Joe Montana. He is correct. He's actually tied with the number 4 quarterback on this list, but he comes in at number 5 with 357. All right, Meg, who we got?
Elway.
John Elway
Oh.
did not make the top 5. All right, 1 strike. Carl, who you got? And no Googling.
Carl. He wears red. He wears red.
Why are you giving the other team hints, Greg?
Carl.
No distracting the other team, Greg.
I'm trying to think, fuck's sake.
There are time limits, Carl. Carl.
Carl, he wears red.
Like
You got a train to
5.
catch, don't forget.
There's an arrow, Carl. There's an
Troy
arrow on
Aikman.
the helmet.
Troy Aikman. All right, that's 2 strikes. No Aikman on the list. You're missing number 2, number 3, and number 4 on this list. Meg, who you got?
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning.
No, Peyton Manning. Wrong one. Wrong one.
No, she went with Eli.
I went with Eli. My bad.
Eli or Peyton?
We gave him the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked.
So no Eli or Peyton on that list, just to kind of get that out there. All right, Fred and Greg, you guys can talk this out. Tell me what you want for your final pick if you can steal it.
Can I just say the name?
Wait. What are you thinking?
Bro, Pat Mahomes.
All right, I can go with him.
Damn.
So
Pat Mahomes, I'll answer.
Pat Mahomes.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Mahomes
Hey,
is
bro,
not on there?
I was gonna go with Favre.
Mahomes is not on there. Favre wasn't on there either. The guys you're missing, number 2 is Kurt Warner, who's number 3, number 4, and number 6 on this list. 414, 337, and 365-yard performances for Kurt Warner. Number 3 on the list is Nick Foles with 373. Number 4, tied with Joe Montana, was Donovan McNabb with 357 yards. So Carl and Meg take round 1. Let's go to round number 2.
Come on, Fred.
This is going to be Carl versus Greg.
Let's go.
This first one. Again, you just shout it out on this first question. Okay, so here we go. Top 5 answers on the board. Again, I'm looking for individual game performances. I'm looking for the running back who had the most rushing yards in a Super Bowl game.
Marcus Allen.
Ooh.
That is
Marcus
correct.
Allen is correct.
Yeah.
And okay, he's number 2 on the list, 191. So good job there. You guys take it. Fred, what say you? Who you got next?
I say Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
Come on, Fred.
It's Marshawn, man. Come on.
Not on the list. Sorry about that. Greg, back to you. What else you got?
God, I know this. Oh, my God. He played for the fucking Redskins, man.
Fuck's his name?
John Riggins.
John Riggins.
That is correct.
Yeah. I'm old, baby. I know these games.
John Riggins is correct. He's number 3rd on the list with 166. All right, Fred, back to you.
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson.
He didn't play no Super Bowl.
He played with the Reds.
Fred, sorry about that, friend. Not on the list. I like it. Dirty Reg knew what was up, at least. Good job on the last one. All right, Greg, you got 2 strikes. Can you save your team here? Who else you got?
Terrell Davis.
Terrell
That is
Davis.
correct.
Dirty Reg knew that as well. Good job to you, my friend. All right, Terrell Davis actually is number 5 on this list, 157. All right, so you got the number 2, the number 3, and number 5. You're missing 1 and 4, and you got 2 strikes. Fred, you striking your team out?
Walter Payton.
Walter Payton. You missed. That was the 3rd strike, Justin. Give him the right.
It's really unfair. It's my team.
3 strikes and
Fucking
you're
Fred.
out. Meg and Carl, you can talk this out. You're missing. There's 2 people you can guess here. You only need one of them.
I do.
What do you guys got?
I do recall one of the
Timmy Smith.
Steelers. Who?
Timmy Smith.
She Googled it.
That wasn't my choice.
I've not Googled it. It was a quiz that I did last year.
So if that's what you want to roll with,
Roll with it, Meg.
Carl, you agree? All right, there, Timmy Smith. Yes, that's it. 2-0 right now.
Who's Timmy Smith?
Timmy Smith played for the Redskins. He is number 1 on this list with 204 yards. And the other person you were missing, number 4 on this list, was Franco Harris, 158 yards.
I said it was a Steelers back.
Remember Timmy Smith, man. Timmy Smith killed it that Super Bowl too, bro. Damn.
Well, right now, it looks like Meg and Carl are killing this Super Bowl. They're up 2-0. If they get,
bro. Eric Dickerson.
I picked Walter Payton too, bro.
He never played in the Super Bowl.
See, this is why I teamed you up to hear you guys go back and forth when you didn't get it. All right, here we go. Back up.
Come on, man.
Eric Dickerson. Back up is Meg and Fred. Okay, top 5 answers on the board. I'm back to all-time individual game performances, and now I'm going to receiver. I'm looking for the receiver who has the most receiving yards in a Super Bowl game.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens.
Oh, dumb.
Meg?
Are you dumb?
He played on a broken leg and had like 100-something yards.
122 yards, bro. 122 yards.
Meg, you got a guess?
Oh, come on.
Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice.
That is correct.
Jerry Rice is number 1 on this list.
I like Terrell Owens, bro.
He caught 215 receiving yards in a Super Bowl game, so he is number 1.
Real quick. I just want to throw this out here. Greg, are you on Google right now? Because you kept pulled up with that 122 yards for Terrell Owens real fucking quick.
I watch a lot of Super Bowls because the Jets are never in it. So I watch a lot of Super Bowls.
That's awesome. All right, Megan, Carl, you got the ball. All you gotta do is score and you win. Carl, you got another guess.
He should have got Super Bowl MVP. He should have got Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 53, and he's my favorite player. Why I support the Patriots in the first place? Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman. He was close. He was like 6th on the list, so he was very close, but did not make it. Meg, what say you?
James White.
Good pick. James White. Good pick. He did not make the list, however. All right, Carl, what say you? You got 2 strikes on the list.
Fred.
A lot of meat on the bone.
James Jones.
James Jones.
All right, Greg, we need this, bud. We need this. Wait, let's talk this.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
I ain't talking shit with you, Fred.
Wait, what do you think?
All right, Fred.
Eric fucking Dickerson.
Fred and Greg, you guys need this.
Michael Irvin, the playmaker.
Fred, you want to go with that?
I was gonna say Moss, but we can go with Michael Irvin. Go ahead.
All right, Michael Irvin to tie it.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Michael Irvin ain't on there.
Randy
Michael
Moss,
Irvin
bro.
is not on there. Here's the rest of the list. Number 2, Ricky Sanders, 193 yards for the Redskins.
Oh, I remember.
You do that shit because you would have said it.
Isaac Bruce was number 3, 162. Lynn Swann, and number 4 on the list with 161. And you guys, a very recent one, Xavier Worthy, number 5 on the list with 157.
Fred, don't say shit. You said Eric Dickerson, bro.
You suck.
Eric Dickerson.
I'll just read off the other 2 questions. That way everyone's informed. That's the point of this. Most touchdowns scored all time. Number 1 is Jerry Rice with 8. Gronk and Emmitt Smith, 2 and 3 with 5. And there is a bunch tied at 4. Jalen Hurts, James White, Thurman Thomas, John Elway, Roger Craig, and Franco Harris. Those are all.
Who said Terrell Owens and Eric Dickerson? I am never listening to
He's
Yo,
still on
T.O. did good that game. What are you talking about?
T.O. played in the Super Bowl. T.O. did
You know what I
play in
mean?
the
Like,
Super Bowl.
he was all cocky just now. Like, I know what this is. And they're not even in the top 15.
The San Diego Chargers, and they blew them out. It was like 54.
Bro, you were so confident on Michael Irvin. The nigga's not even in the top 15, bro.
You said Eric Dickerson ain't playing the Super Bowl.
Yo, he's not even top. At least I say Randy Moss was good.
Freddie,
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Play kind, stupid.
I just want to know what Super Bowl Eric Dickerson playing in.
I just want to. We need the other song. Let's go. Jason, you muted.
You're muted, Jason. But no, Justin, I was not Googling. I knew these answers.
Carl was Googling.
Man, bro. Jerry Rice was the man.
I wasn't Googling.
The fact that you know Terrell Owens over Jerry Rice
with a broken leg.
Come on,
because he had a great game.
Come
Not
on,
the
man.
best game.
Terrell
Anyway.
Owens had the best career of a wide receiver in the fucking play.
All right, well, my microphone's messing up. So anyway, I wanted to put out there our winners video, but I don't know where the hell I put it.
Congratulations,
somewhere in
Megan
here. I thought I loaded
Carl.
it.
Even from overseas, you found a way to pull off the victory. Didn't take much to outwit Tweedledee and Dumb.
Let's go ahead and play. Let's play Greg and Fred's just in case. Let's see if they would have.
Congratulations, Greg and Fred. Finally, you two dumbasses did something right. Maybe next year you can do your DFS together too.
I don't know what's more. I don't know what's more insulting actually than each other.
Fucking shit.
There's another one.
He wanted to play their video. The dumbass video is for them.
We were dumbasses if we won, and dumbasses if we lost.
Oh, for real.
Dumbasses.
Hey, listen, thank you everyone for joining us this season. We had a lot of fun, and we appreciate all of you who have joined us throughout the season. So we appreciate you. Follow Ballers Meg everywhere on social media. She's putting out good content all year long. Fred, Juice, Justin, we're all doing our thing as usual. You probably will see us pop up. Hopefully, we'll see some off-season shows. Although I said that last year.
For March 14th, man. March 14th, free agency frenzy, man. We need to talk about
all
it.
right, well,
yeah, Freddie wants to
we'll
sign
see.
Eric
We
Dickerson
might
to
have
the
something. We might. And go follow Carl at the Patriots Touchback podcast as well. Make sure he has a lot of great content there also. All right, guys, well, we've been running along and got a long day today. So everyone enjoy the Super Bowl food, hang out with friends and family. That's what it's all about. And enjoy football. All right, guys, well, it's been a great season. We'll see you next year. And we are out.
So long, farewell.